Games journalist Jake Brigstock is not happy that we as gamers are creating Steam Curator lists and participating in them to document, collect games that have woke ideology infused and injected into them. And we're doing this so we can not only close our wallets, refuse to pay for them, but also to boycott them and let other people know that these games are absolute garbage due to their woke ideology. He is not happy about that. He wants us to just consume product, inject that woke ideology into our minds so that we will become boring, brainless NPCs just like him, corporate slaves that just want to slurp up all of that evil woke ideology. And he's not happy that we are not going along with that agenda. I wrote this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. This is an example of exclusive content that you can find over there. You will not find this anywhere else. So I highly recommend that you become a subscriber so you can help support us and you can get this type of quality journalism over at phantompulse.com. So in an article on indie100.com, Brigstock took issue with two Steam Curator lists titled Woke Content Detector and RPG HQ. This is what he wrote. An online group has firmly brought the culture war of woke and anti-woke into video games, as more than 1,500 titles have been rated on an absolutely wild woke detector Excel spreadsheet. And that's not the worst part. More than half of them listed are not recommended because they contain details and features that are considered woke. What a world we live in. What happened to just being able to enjoy games? That's what they're there for after all, right? Yeah, what happened to that? What happened to that is these woke ideologues injected themselves into the video game industry. They've institutionalized themselves. It's all over these AAA studios. When you look at Ubisoft, when you look at Microsoft, when you look at Sony, when you look at EA, they all have the woke ideology firmly announced on their websites that they are slaves to it. They are adherents to the ideology, and they are actively trying to push this ideology in the way they make games, in the way they hire people to make the games, and in the stories that they are telling in the games, as well as the gameplay and even the character design, everything that goes into making a game. They want it to be infused with woke ideology. That has what has happened. And then they want us to slurp it all up. And we're like, absolutely not. We do not want this anymore. That's what happened, Jake Brigstock. The people that you want us to embrace have ruined many video games and video game companies, especially over the last year. From there, he goes through and discusses the Steam Curators, and to no surprise, he appears to have not done his research at all. He claims that both curators rank games as recommended, informational, and not recommended, with recommended indicating that the game has no woke content. Information indicates there is subtle messaging, while not recommended means the game pushes woke ideology, such as pro-LGBTQ+ messaging, pro-DEI content, and anti-gun features as examples. While this appears to apply to the woke content director creator, which has a lengthy explanation on how they rank games, we can look at that right here. Woke content detector. I spelled that wrong. But you can see here their methodology. It says right here, recommended, no woke themes present, informational, woke themes present with subtle, no specific messaging, and then not recommended, woke themes present with overt messaging. So clearly this is where he's getting this from the woke content detector methodology. So that seems to be fine, right? But then if you go to the RPG HQ curator, this is what their methodology says. It says this: we judge whether a game is HQ high quality or not with a focus on RPGs. RPG HQ full reviews mixed with HQ or LQ approvals. There is no mention of rating the games based on whether or not the game is woke. I mean, we can go back up here and we can look at the RPG HQ. You can see we judge whether a game is HQ or not with a focus on RPGs. RPG HQ full reviews mixed with HQ or LQ approvals. And if you want to go through and look at some of these not recommended, you see here, a promising story and world are undermined by dull, repetitive gameplay. The focus on mindless exploration and endless looting results in an overall frustrating experience. See link for full review. That's for Passageway of the Ancients. Absolutely no mention of wokeness whatsoever. You can look at this one right here. The game might grow on you, but more akin to a tumor. And you can see Dungeons of Sundaria. Obviously, Dustborn. They're just absolutely mocking. It takes breath. Brother Chad. You can go Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League as LQ. Obviously, those games are woke as well, but they're not rating these games based on wokeness. It looks like Starfield, LQ, Atlas Fallen, LQ. But you can see they do indeed not recommend games outside of just wokeness as a factor. So completely did not do his research and basically misrepresenting what this RPG HQ Steam Curator does. Nevertheless, he's still so mad. He's saying this or wrote this. Video games are for absolutely everyone, and an entitled select few should not hold any influence when it comes to so-called recommending games on if they have content deemed woke. Do us all a favor, get over it, and just enjoy playing. He literally wants you to just consume product, continue to consume product, no matter whether or not it is trying to degrade you, humiliate you, sow chaos, sow division, try to inspire you to do that in the real world. He doesn't care. You should just inject woke ideology into your brain and just enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to become an NPC just like him. And that's not what we're going to do, though. That's not what we're going to do at all. We will not be getting over wokeness being injected into video games. We will not just consume product and ask for some more like a mindless NPC. We demand high-quality video games without wokeness, games that challenge us, tell deep stories, and appeal to our higher senses, games that inspire us to be better. We do not want games that aim to spread evil, sow division, and wreak chaos and havoc throughout society. We will do what we have done throughout 2024. We will reject games filled with wokeness. We will close our wallets. We will not play them. And Brigstock can continue to seethe or realize the error of his ways, reject this evil ideology and its attempted destruction of the video game industry. That is the choice that he has, because we will not be engaging in these games with woke ideology. But I do want to point this out too. If you look at the woke content detector, it only has 6,400 followers. The RPG HQ just has 400 followers. And there are much bigger detectors out there for woke content. There's one that I follow called the Woke and Censored Games Alert Curator. It has over 11,000 followers. And then obviously the big one that was created by Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo. He manages the Sweet Baby Inc. Detective Steam Curator. And as of writing, it has 458,316 followers. So clearly, it's not just a select few holding any influence. We are closing in on 500,000 people on Steam participating in the Sweet Baby Inc. Detective Steam Curator list, indicating they want nothing to do with the woke content that Sweet Baby Inc. and consultancy groups like it are trying to inject into video games. But this guy is going to continue to seethe. He's going to continue to try and push this woke ideology. They're going to continue to try and do it through this kind of like, why don't you just want to play games, bro? It's like, we do. We don't want to get lectured. We don't want to have any kind of humiliation rituals. So get back to making good games without any of this sick, evil stuff in it. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.